Hey my friends, I'm Mike and welcome back to the Lions Lounge, where today we're going to be talking about the manga series Slam Dunk and making a cocktail inspired by it. Let's go. So to start this off, I'd be lying if I were to say I'm a big fan of sports. But there's some sports series that are so good they almost make you want to go out and try it for yourself. And out of all the ones I've seen so far, two that have stood out are the epic volleyball series Haikyuu and the 90s basketball manga Slam Dunk. Now, I eventually want to talk about Haikyuu, but today I'm going to spend some time gushing about this classic sports saga. Slam Dunk was created by Takehiko Inoue and ran from 1990 to 1996. And it's very clear from Inoue's attention to detail and ability to easily convey the rules and strategy of basketball that he's a huge fan of the sport, so much so that you can feel it in every panel on the court. The series begins by introducing you to Hanamichi Sakuragi, a punk entering Shohoku High School with a crazy large streak of rejections asking girls out, until he meets Haruko Akagi, who encourages Sakuragi to join the basketball team after seeing him attempt a slam dunk. Now, Sakuragi has no experience with basketball, and his training in the sport is often hindered by his personality as he dubs himself Basketball Man Sakuragi, and believes that he's a genius after winning in a basketball match with the captain and Haruko's older brother Akagi. But Sakuragi slowly learns he's not as gifted as he thinks, as he plays alongside and against some truly talented individuals, most notably Kaede Rukawa, the small forward of Shohoku High and the true source of Haruko's affections, much to Sakuragi's disdain. Meaning it should come as no surprise the two share a very strong dislike for each other. A lot of the great comedic moments in the series are between these two, as they're such polar opposites in so many ways, except when it comes to their tempers. Later we're introduced to Ryota Miyagi, a second year at Shohoku and a point guard who was injured prior to the beginning of the series. And while he and Sakuragi are initially at odds, the two quickly grow close over their shared inability to court the women they love. Miyagi's introduction also leads us to a short arc involving Hisashi Mitsui, a high school senior and gang member who has it out for Miyagi after a previous encounter. However, we soon learn that Mitsui was once a member of the basketball team alongside Akagi, but was injured during one of his first matches and wasn't able to play for the rest of the season, resulting in him losing confidence in himself, quitting the team, and joining a gang. When he comes face to face with his coach though, he's forced to accept that he really does still love basketball. And after everything that's happened, he just wants to have a chance to play again. And I think that in addition to the spectacular matches seen throughout the series, the key characters and how they evolve throughout is by far one of the best aspects of Slam Dunk, especially in Sakuragi. Little by little, we see him grow, with the greatest turning point being after he loses his first tournament, which he believes was his fault, causing him to shave his head as an act of penance and as a reminder to work harder and not allow his own ego to get in the way. And yes, it's definitely a shonen trope to do something drastic to get stronger, but I eat that up all the time. And from that point on, the story is non-stop action as we race to the final game that is honestly perfect. It truly feels like the culmination not just of what Inoue was trying to tell with this series, but of Sakuragi and his team's journey. And it's one of those endings that you feel could have a sequel, but really doesn't need one. So with all that being said, I hope it comes as no surprise that I highly recommend you check out Slam Dunk. It does have an anime adaptation, but in this case, I really want to push the manga, mainly because you can really feel the love and attention that Inoue has given to this series with every panel. So now we come to the point where it's time to make a cocktail. And for one inspired by Slam Dunk, I knew I wanted to make some kind of shooter. But while I do want it to be powerful, I also wanted it to be enjoyable. So for this one, take a chilled beer glass and add 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of a white rum. Next, half an ounce or 15 milliliters of Campari. This is a bitter aperitif. Then very nearly fill up the glass with a hard cider, leaving some room for the shooter. And lastly, take a shot glass and add 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of a Jamaican rum. Then just balance it over the glass. And there you have my cocktail adaptation of Slam Dunk. Let's drop it in. All right, let's give it a taste. It's very bitter. So up front, you get that bitterness of the Campari that then fades into the overripe banana taste from the Jamaican rum. It's honestly a lot more bitter than I thought it would be and kind of overshadows the hard cider. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more hard cider to it just to top it up. Oh yeah, way better. So now you kind of get this mesh of the cider and the Campari and the Jamaican rum that works really well together. If you're wondering, the Bacardi doesn't really add much to this except for a lot more power. You could go with vodka, but I think adding a white rum and a Jamaican rum is a good combo. And then the hard cider kind of adds a little more spicy fruitiness to it. Also keep in mind, this is a deceivingly powerful cocktail. There's a lot of alcohol in this, from 2 ounces of rum, an ounce of Jamaican rum, half an ounce of Campari, and then the hard cider. So I think I definitely nailed the powerful aspect of this shooter. But give it a try and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as well as if you have any cocktails you'd like me to make from your favorite series. And if you like this video and want to see more, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. If you want to see what I make outside this channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Spacelion, or Instagram at Mr.Spacelion. But thank you so much for stopping by the Lions Lounge. I've been your bartender, Mike, and I hope to see you next time.